Hey everyone, welcome back to Student Pages podcast. I'm joined here today by Angelique. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's morning time, but yeah.
So what are you up to today then?
So I'm actually going to be performing on the 30th. So I think I have rehearsal and then I have to go to studio. I have a studio session.
And you grew up in LA, right? You're still there.
Yeah, so I was actually born and raised in Miami. And when I was 13, I think 4 years ago. So when I was 13, we moved to LA and we've been here ever since.
And tell me about what that was like growing up in Miami.
It was fun. It's definitely like different from LA. I think the culture is just, like LA's the west side, Miami's the east side. And I think it's more of like a mixture because we also have like the Caribbean Sea. So we have Haitians, Jamaicans, like Colombians, Brazilians, like we have like a whole mix of different people.
When you were growing up in Miami, do you feel like growing up there influenced the kind of music you make?
For sure. I mean, definitely like bachata and salsa. That's a
I think
lot of
know what
like,
salsa is, but I don't know about the other one.
but yeah, salsa and bachata, they come from Puerto Rico and the Latin American places. And yeah, I think that really has influenced me and my music because I do also sing in Spanish and I also put like some of those elements into my music. So
Because I feel like, growing up, you must have sort of had, you've got like you're torn between like American culture and then Latin American culture. If you had to say, what's your favorite thing about each culture?
I think the food that we have in the Spanish world is amazing. Like you can't really find that flavor in anything else, it's special.
Do you remember sort of growing up the moment where you thought, okay, I want to make it as an artist?
I mean, it's kind of always been like, oh, I want to be a singer, I want to be a singer. And when I was actually 8 years old, I recorded like a little video of me singing. And like then at 9 years old, I found myself like recording at an actual recording studio. And we put out like a cover. And throughout the years, I mean, we've gotten to like 2 million subscribers on YouTube. So like it's been building little by little. And yeah, then we moved to California, like LA, and we've just kept going on from there.
But did you have like an old YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one that I had the 2 million. We started from brand new because some things happened there, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Is that too complicated to go into?
Way too complicated, yeah.
Well, do you remember like the first? Because you started like really young, then that must have been
Mhm.
that must be so weird, sort of feeling like you've got kind of internet attention sort of for as long as you can remember.
When you're like an internet personality, like you really have to watch what you say, what you do. Like it's like because so you have to watch yourself and it's
You're worried you might get cancelled.
no. Every artist gets canceled. Come on. Every artist gets canceled.
Not every artist.
Almost all celebrities get canceled at
So
one point of their career.
you're accepting that it's going to happen to you, basically.
Yeah, it's gonna happen,
Something that you said when you were 11.
I don't know. It's gonna happen though.
Do you remember the first song you wrote?
I don't remember the first song I wrote, but I do remember I was just like freestyling on the mic. That's when I started more like writing songs and getting more into like the creative process of it.
Whose love was running through your veins at 11?
I don't know. I was just like, spitting out words and stuff.
Okay, there wasn't like someone on the playground.
Maybe it was,
Maybe
but I forgot.
a lot of your music sort of about sort of love and relationships, right?
It's about like most of the experiences I've had in my life.
Oh, so there's like guys out there who've got little sort of diss tracks written about them or little sneaky.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to write a song?
Depends. Like if I'm like really, really going through it, I could have like a song in like 2-3 hours. But like when I'm like collaborating with other people, sometimes like, you gotta get to know them. That's why I like to get in the studio with people that I know and that I vibe with and, that I like to make music with. But sometimes, I mean, it can take like one day or it can take a few days to really complete the whole song.
Your most recent mixtape was sort of inspired by like 2000s, right? Was that
Yes.
was that a sort of conscious decision you made before writing it? You're like, okay, I'm going to do the 2000s thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've always had like, since I was like super young, my mom has always played like 90s, 2000s R&B music. And that's kind of what I grew up listening to, other than the Spanish music. Yeah, we decided to make a little R&B, like late 90s, early 2000s, a little mixtape and, sampled a few songs on there.
Is there any like styles of music or artists that people wouldn't expect you to like from the kind of music that you make? Like maybe like a guilty pleasure.
My music, like it's really like wide. Like I don't just listen to R&B or like hip hop or like I listen to like a lot of stuff. Like I can listen to like Brazilian music, to like reggae, to I don't like reggaeton, to then like Drake or like Young Thug. Like I have like such a wide music range. It's crazy.
What kind of Brazilian music do you like?
I think it's called something funk. It's like boom.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's like
But
the
that's
drum
all.
pattern.
That's all you need to do for me to know the kind of music you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I could tell you, I could show you, but like it's hard to tell you.
No, that was realistic drum noises as well. You're a talented beatboxer. You said you're performing. When are you performing? On the 30th.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the 30th. I'm gonna be performing at this. It's like this bar club in LA. It's called the Mint.
The Mint.
Yeah, I'm like so excited because I'm actually gonna be performing like most of my mixtape, and I haven't been able to perform my mixtape because of COVID. So I'm like really excited to perform.
Is that daunting that like because you're 17, so obviously if you weren't performing, you wouldn't be allowed in the club?
Yeah, basically. No. I have they've allowed me to go into clubs because here I think you have to be either over 18 or 21.
Yeah.
But yeah, like here they sneak me in like before it even starts. And then I see like people coming in and then I'm like, oh God, like I gotta perform now. So I'm like performing for like people that are like a little, you know, they're partying, they're drinking, whatever. And they're like, I'm just like,
They might not know that you're 17.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. And it's funny because last time, like there was like a few guys and like we had like one of my people, they're like, yo, calm down. Like, she's underage. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, it's gonna happen. I'm in a club. People are gonna assume that I'm over 18 or 21.
Of course. But do you have like security guys that sort of walk around with you?
Not really. We just bring like close people, that care about me, and
it adds a different dimension to it, like knowing that you're the youngest person there. I do like stand up, and there's something weird about sort of knowing that you're performing for all these people older than you. It's sort of like it would almost be nicer to perform for people my age, don't you think?
Well, I just like performing. I don't care if you're like 80 or like 100 or like 6 years old. I mean, but yeah, I get you. Like you want people that can relate to you and you want people to like enjoy your stuff,
What's your favorite place to perform?
I think if I went on tour, I think that would be my favorite.
Where would you go if you could go anywhere?
The whole world, if I can.
But like, say you had like a global tour and you've got all your stops planned, which would be the one that you were most excited about?
Maybe France.
Oh, really? France?
I love France.
Really? How come? I used to live in France.
I don't know. I just love France. We went not too long ago. We went to Europe. We were in Spain for like a family wedding. And then we took like a train ride to France, and because you could take the train anywhere. It's crazy. But we took no, it's crazy.
No, I know, but
in America, like we don't do that type of stuff here.
Yeah.
Like,
that's just so funny.
We have like a few trains, but like not like you guys,
we do trains everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I love it. But yeah, like yeah, this is so weird. But yeah, I was in Paris actually for like a few days, and like just the food is it's so different. Like even McDonald's is different in Europe than in America.
Right? French McDonald's is expensive.
Yeah, but like I'm talking like the food quality. And like you could actually taste it that it's food. Like here, you could taste like, okay, it's a little artificial, there's like a little bit of food coloring going on,
Angelique, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate you coming on. Anything else you want to tell people to look out for? Some new music or some moves you're making, you want to tell people about?
I'm making music right now. You guys are gonna have some music soon. I am making music, trying to make the best music for you guys. But yeah, it's coming out soon.
There you go. Angelic Montero, aspiring heart surgeon, beatboxer, singer. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening to the Student Pages podcast. And thank you, Angelique.